Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we've got a little bit of a different one. So we've got 5v5 in a pro tournament. This is the grand finals, Totem versus SK Gaming. And yeah, there's a lot of nonsense going on in 5v5. I think this was a tournament put on to really see if 5v5 has a potential in esports and modifiers as well. So yeah, get a lot of good damage there. But yeah, we'll see the cheese with 5v5. As you guys probably know on the channel, I'm not really the biggest fan of 5v5, mainly because there's a lot of cheese strategies. There's not really too much competitive play in it. I mean, maybe they can make some tweaks and maybe it could be something competitive in the future, but I don't really think it is. So seeing the compositions, Mr. P is very good in 5v5. Again, I've not really played too much of it because every time I play it, it's just a cheese fest. I know Mr. P is definitely is good. Gray's good with the teleports late game. On some maps, I think the likes of like Angelo can be really clutch. We've seen like Miko could be clutch in the past. I've not really had the most time to watch this tournament today. I mean, again, it is 5v5, so I didn't really fancy sitting there and watching it the whole time, but let's kind of lock in right now. So both teams going berry, so interesting strategies, especially considering well, I think they're just going berry because it can just be really good in the later stages, I'm guessing, and especially when your teammates are down. But I think in knockout, really, like, you don't stand a chance if you're just a one cubed player, right? Like, you can see that Laura is just going to go die in the gas right there. You can see like there's just no point even fighting. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 now. We can see the Primos going in ham together. Linane manages to stay alive, and I think, yeah, Kenji's going to be able to win it. It's just, Kenji is so busted beyond belief, and still some people are just, I don't even know. Is it delusion at this point? I think Kenji has been ripping it up in this tournament when I've been checking clips on Twitter. He's just so good. His gadgets keep you alive. His super just gets heals. It's just infinite heals. You just can't deal with it. He's literally invulnerable with his super as well. It's just hard. You can hardly counter it. I mean, maybe it's because people haven't faced it enough, but I just think that it's just plain outright too strong. I think Mo as well definitely is too strong. We can see here a nice gadget from Joker. So in terms of who the favorite is here, I think Totem was voted like 75% favorite. They come from the grand finals and beat SK previously, I believe, but it'll be definitely a close game. You can see Trevor and Guille, they're both really good players, but they've both been retired. Well, Guille's been retired for like 1 year, but Trevor's been retired for a couple of years now, just like myself. So I would say that SK on paper probably just about have the best team, but it doesn't really matter in 5v5. I think it just matters more about teamwork. It actually matters more about strategy and composition more than anything, because again, like with this, it literally just matters on the final bit. Whoever can get in a good position to have the 4th power up, because you just become so powerful. I mean, I understand the concept between this knockout thing, you know, getting more powerful, but I just don't think it's very competitive. Because here, Ope is going to go in on Guille. I don't think it's really going to stand too much chance. I mean, maybe they go in Primo to try and counter the Kenji here. Both Guille and Mario are alive, so just Yoshi alive. I think Totem are going to easily win this round, surely. Yeah, it's just a berry. I mean, maybe when the gas closes in, Primo's just that good on this specific map. I'm kind of glad I'm not witnessing, I forgot what map it is. It's like a cross in the middle. It's like a little lake in the middle, and then people just go Angelo, and it's just so sweaty and just really annoying. But I think the modifier here was supposed to be Meteor Shower. I don't even know whether that would just be selected on a different map. I don't know. They've been trying a bunch of different things. They've been trialing modifiers. They've been trialing, of course, 5 versus 5. Well, I think this will be a serious esports. I personally don't. I mean, it's good fun. It could be good for like show matches like this, you know, like yearly tournaments. But I don't think, like, competitively speaking, Brawl esports will go into 5v5 from the looks of things. I mean, like, look what I'm witnessing. Not really witnessing much skill. It's just a bunch of back and forth chipping. Time and time again. It's really hard to focus on the action. It's not really like in 3v3. It's like you get your lane matchups, which of course is very skillful. So OP is going to go for Guille right here. If they can manage to get Kenji down early, then that's going to be really good for them. I don't even know what's happening. Yoshi flies in here because Guille is pretty weak. They managed to get Guille down. I'm guessing that the Kenji is going to be the primary focus, because again, Mario goes in on a Kenji. I think it's just literally whoever can get Kenji at the end will win. So SK surely are in a really good spot here. You can see Totem starting to try and take control in the middle. Joker goes down here. Mari's just going to go down onto Linane. I guess, again, it doesn't really matter if you go down because it just matters the last player. You see, Mari's going to get some good position in the middle. It doesn't really matter because it is a great teleport. He goes for the Kenji here, tries to chuck him into the gas. He's trying to stay alive for that last bit. Trevor's going to go down. Mari's going to stay alive in the middle. Kenji's got to be able to survive, and it's just... that is just crazy. Like, the survivability with this brawler, you've got the fact that you're in the air, so I think you're invulnerable to the gas, I believe. And then you, of course, heal with the damage that you deal. And then you could just pop Gadget with any more damage you take from the Storm. I think that he's just too broken in Knockout. Surely he's the best brawler in 5v5 Knockout, just literally because of that Gadget. That is a pretty crazy concept. But again, I thought I'd do this type of video on the channel just to explore what you guys think about 5 versus 5, because again, we don't really cover it too much on the channel. But this is literally Brawl Esports, the best players in the world, trialing it. Okay, so jumping into the second round then. Of course, they're going to have the same compositions. I thought because it switched to the player cam that they would switch comps. Again, I've not really been paying so much attention. Okay, so Joker's going to set up the teleport straight away. That's going to be good because you get the healing. I think, does the star power scale in healing as well for power-ups? Again, I don't really know. I think it might do. But yeah, we put the teleport in there just because the Primo, the Kenji, that middle action is going to be good. Again, it's just a bunch of chipping back and forth. What can you really commentate over this? No idea. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Mr. P, the reason why Mr. P is good, if you guys are wondering, is because the higher the power you get, of course, the more HP your turret has and the porters. So that can be really annoying. There's a few other brawlers that can be really good in this as well. The likes of Ash, to name one. His rats become really, really strong. I'm trying to think of a couple off the top of my head, but yeah, Khaled's doing a really good job, you know. Actually, Berry has so much value. When there's multiple players, he's just going to be cycling through supers like crazy. I guess that is definitely the reason why they're using the Berry. So you can see here, they're trying to isolate Guille a little bit here. I think they know if they can get Kenji down somewhat early, they're probably going to win first. Mari just goes in here. Again, there's no point Mo being alive at the later stages. I think, again, you may as well just get it over and done with for the most part. Unless he can try and, like, target. I think he's trying to target the Kenji. If he can try and kill him, but he probably isn't going to. So Ope is going to jump in here. He's going to try and get as much damage as possible. Just gets Uno reverse carded by Maru. He's going to try and get more damage, but Kenji's just going in crazy. Linane is still alive. And how did he even manage that? I mean, Linane's literally flexing the pin that you win whilst playing, which is absolutely hilarious. It is, Kenji's just too good. I mean, I guess it's just who's the best Kenji in his situation. I mean, Guille is goated, but you know, Lane's on a different level. This is why, you know, Lane's still competing at the highest level. So I guess that is the reason why he's just popping off. That's gonna be another kill. Lane was just made for this brawler anyway. If you know me, I glaze Lane. He's like the best Mortis in the world, one of the best aggro players in the world, and Kenji's just completely made for him. So I guess we can see and learn from him. So again, the players from Totem are just trying to build up Maru's super from taking damage. I guess that's why Kenji's sticking with the El Primo right here, just constantly taking damage. He's close to that hypercharged super, which we'll need at a late game. Again, I don't know how Totem really win this. I think SK have got the better composition overall. Well, it looks like it because they seem to just be winning every single round. Okay, so again, they're just going to wait for the gas to close in. Not really too much to really focus on here. They're just going to keep trying to push them back in the middle. Joker's going to try and get some hooks onto Chaos there. I mean, the gas is surely closing in pretty soon. Gear's going to get a kill onto Chaos. I mean, it doesn't even matter. He just needs to go in. The thing about Knockout, it's like, I'd say 3 of the 5 brawlers are just there to just tickle and just die. Like the Mr. P's, they're just going to die because late game, they need the bigger brawlers to pop off more. So Ope's going to go here with a hypercharge, trying to take Guille down. Guille actually doesn't even use super in time. Now it's a Primo versus Primo 1v1. Maru normally is the better Primo. He's going to try and bait Ope into that teleport, I believe, and somehow he wins that. I don't even know how we won that. Like, it's so hard to see the interactions when they're both power 4. I don't know who wins that at that point. I mean, I guess they're both like at the same level technically. Like, they could technically just be power 0, but I don't know, the numbers are off. Anyways, again, what can you even commentate on this? 5 versus 5 knockout. It's got to be I would say one of the worst things in Brawl Stars, in my opinion, from playing it, from watching it. It is just constant usage. But if you guys want to get like a free rank 30, whether else, just copy their compositions or copy the way they play. It is a free rank 30, and this is why a bunch of ladder warriors, they pretty much only play 5 versus 5 because of how easy it is. Like, you don't have to have any skill, because you can just be covered by the fact that you get this power up, which will just make you stronger, like way too strong. You also, like, you can be covered by your other 4 teammates, so if you just throw, well, there's another 4 chances for you to like win the game in this sense. So that's why 5v5 can be pretty easy. And again, it's like really hard to just get a complete 1 versus 1. It's normally like 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 2. So it's just hard to really replicate any type of skill. So I think Totem are in a really good position here, by the way, I guess, because both Kenji and the Primo with Hypercharge are alive. So Mara here just trying to figure things out. He doesn't want to go in yet because he wants to be the one that's alive in the later stages. I mean, if I was Chaos here, I'd probably just go in and die. He's going to go in with his super. Pops gadget probably a little bit early, but it doesn't really matter. He's got so much HP and he should be able to win this 1v1, and he does. Okay, so Totem, they equal things up. The Kenji is just too strong in the latter stages. Let's hop into the final round. All right, guys, jumping into the final round then for this set. I'm hoping they just get this over quickly, but it is a slow and painful one. Maru gets the kill onto Lenane, maybe a bit overextended from Lenane there. Maru's going to try and just get a kill, which again, I mean, he's just there to die at this point. I mean, maybe the strategy is just to go in and die. Like, honestly, I don't even know what knockout is in this point. So Gia's going to try and stay alive here. He's trying to build up his super, of course, but you want that Kenji in that last interaction. So Trevor just goes in and dies early doors. Why not? Gia's going to get pinched down a little bit. Joko's trying his hardest to get the kill onto Gia, but I just don't think there's enough firepower on the Grey. Upe might go in here on Gia, but okay, yeah, does actually try to. He's going to go in, manages to survive super as well. Yeah, I think this is pretty much done for SK. They've got no late game players. Now it's a 1v1 between Grey and Primo. This should be a really free Primo matchup. Look how big Primo's head is, by the way, with that skin. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. But I'm thinking this should be an easy win. No, Joker uses the teleport. Okay, maybe he might be able to slime his way to the win. Mara didn't really get many hits as well to his super. Yeah, he's going to wait for that, and he should be able to get the kill onto Joker. Okay, yeah, I mean, I secretly thought Joker might be able to clutch it, but it just needed a bit of patience from Maru. Wait for him to use the teleport, so then he couldn't avoid the Primo jump. So here, again, the strategies are just going to be El Primo trying to farm his Hypercharge with the berry heals by the looks of things. I mean, when you think of things like one of the strongest brawlers in the game, especially with the Hypercharge, in a 1v1 is probably Primo because of his super. It's just so strong in an isolated 1v1. If you guys remember the Primo meta from years ago, maybe some of you weren't around then, but basically when the tank trait first got added to El Primo, I think it was about 2-3 years ago, he was just so strong because he could farm his super so quickly and he just destroy everything. So that's why it's pretty important not to overtune Primo's stats at any point. So here they've got Gia and they've got Maru in the last stages again. Maru's going to go in on Ope here, trying to get back kill onto Primo. That could be really, really important. But Lenane comes to the rescue there. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter here because Maru and Gia both alive. Gia without super, though. This could be pretty difficult for him to get his super. He's going to manage to get a slash here. Maru's going to jump onto Lenane. They're really focusing on the lane as quickly as possible here. It doesn't matter if they're going to... He's going to literally go back to the same spot. I think Maru could have definitely gone in there and got Lenane down. Another super from Lenane. A good counter there from Gia. That's what you want to do into a Kenji. You want to super after they do. And then this is just chaos right here. Absolute chaos. Ope is probably going to use the teleport here to get some extra HP, I imagine. Yes, he is. Again, it's whoever uses the Primo super last should win this fight. So you can see here, Maru is just waiting as long as possible here. He kind of has to use it now. I mean, he held on to super. I don't even know how that interaction worked. I think it was because the gas closed in quicker on Maru. Maybe he fell back a little bit too short. So already Joker gets the teleport. And yeah, we're going to see the same. nonsense time and time again. So Gia gets his super really well played from him. Mario's going to just try and get a solo kill on either the Primo or the Kenji. I guess I mean, I'm working out the strategies as it goes along, right? Like, there is a little bit of strategy to it. Mario's just got to try and focus on the Kenji. He's going to go in here, try and get one of them down. Chaos as well, pinching them all back. There's a lot of action going on here. There's Totem just got complete control of the map here, which you rarely see. In Knockout, people just sit back and wait for the gas and just hope they can win that final interaction and see who has the ice. Joker again with the teleport into the middle. Laura goes down, but doesn't really matter. Like, you just see Trevor here, he's just walking in just dying, because I think like I said, it's very important that you get the worst brawlers out of the equation early on, because either, for example, if they get your Primo down, then that's just GG at the end of the game. You can see these end game strats right here. So Maru goes for the jump, completely misses. Yeah, he goes in here. I don't even know what's happening. Maru might go down. He needs some heals from... Okay, this is a 1v1. It's going to be really interesting. Guille's going to go pretty weak. He's got no gadgets left. And then SK take it. So that was insane. I felt like there was definitely some mistakes towards the end there. Unfortunate, but SK managed to clutch up. So they're just one set away from winning it. Let's jump into it. Guys, jumping into the next set, then we have 5 versus 5 at Brawl. So very interesting to see the pros play this one, because it is very fast-paced, very easy to score, and it can be pretty hard to keep control of where the ball is. You can see here, I mean, ball control is always important in Brawl, but 5 versus 5, very, very important, because the goal is just so big. It's so easy to score. So Maru's going to go in here. You can see that Kenji is on both sides, I believe. I mean, Kenji's just ripping up. There's a Fang, there's Sandy, and looking, both teams got Gale. Gale's just so strong. Both teams have got Mo, again, very, very strong. Yeah, both teams have Kenji, so very interesting. One team has Sandy, though. Sandy can be really good for pressure, especially in a 5v5 scenario. Max as well. Max can just be really good. The hypercharge, imagine the hypercharge with 5 players in total getting it. Absolutely insane. So Joker goes to the play. I mean, I said I was definitely an overused hypercharge. You could have got way more value out of that. Laura's going to get the ball, pass it over to Yoshi. Yoshi has somewhat of a clean goal, but Trevor manages to get the stun. He's going to get the kill onto Yoshi as well. He's got a hypercharge for the next kill. Anyway, see here straight away, Chaos pops his hypercharge super. He might be able to get another one as well for his team. And unfortunately, they pass the ball over to Joker, and he's just going to run the ball the opposite side of the map. It's quite hilarious to see from this point of view. And another super didn't manage to catch Ope in it, unfortunately. But Ope does have his hypercharge. Again, I think Fang is good in 5 versus 5, but the problem is Fang's just not the greatest brawler. And Kie manages to get the knockback, score knock the ball out of his hand, and score really easily. Really great goal from Kie there. Great heads-up play. That's exactly what Totem needed. So the hypercharge, you know, Ope needs to do something right now. He goes for Mario, but again, he's just going to get shut down. Yoshi goes for the goal again, but Kie is there. There's not much that SK can really do. Linane tries something, but there's too much defenses, and yeah, it's going to be a Totem win. So I just like Totem's composition a little bit better here. I just think the Sandy is just a bit better. I mean, that's probably the only difference, right? I just don't really like the Fang. But that's going to be the first round. Let's hop into another. Guys, jumping into the next one. So again, in terms of strategies and what they can really adapt, I think they just probably need to get the Fang on the Sandy or something, to be honest. They need to switch these matchups. Here we go. The Fang. Okay, that is okay. Okay. Yeah. That is the potential of Fang in 5 versus 5 Brawl, because he can do stupid things like that. I'm not saying that Fang is bad. I just thought maybe in a pro setting they might be able to stop the chaining from happen, but maybe still they can't really stop it. Okay, I mean, I know for sure Fang is very, very good in 5 versus 5 Brawl ladder, but I just thought with the composition that they're running, okay, now he's finally starting to do something. Maybe he just had a really bad first round, and I just thought that maybe he was overrated, but they got SK. They just managed to score so quickly, and this is now match point. All right, guys, now jumping into the final game of this Brawl set. SK just need to win this one, I believe, to take it all home. I mean, okay, now I didn't listen to the broadcast. Maybe it is a best of 5 final. I think it still is best of 3, to be honest. Right, here we go. So max speed. Pushing it over to Fang, of course. Gale's going to get that knockback. Gie goes in, but unfortunately just misses out on that. Good play from Maru there just to grab the ball straight away. It's just never ideal to put the ball in that situation, because they can quickly grab it with Kenji, well, literally with half the brawlers on the SK team, and make a quick goal. So Trevor's going to put out the Sandy super. They managed to get the Fang down here. And here comes the advancement. Good ball positioning right here. Maru does have his super, and that's going to be the goal. I think the Sandy super is just so dangerous. They needed like something to flush it out, like the Gale super maybe. I don't even know. There's not really much scouting capability from SK, so maybe they can use Sandy super to their advantage. Maru's going to go in here. Lenane straight away on Gale. Manages to cycle a lot to his super. Good stun there from Ope. Also, Fang should be able to win that Kenji 1v1 just mainly because of the stun. They're going to pass it over quickly. I mean, Chaos with a really good interception. Here comes the max speed though. This is looking very dangerous for SK. Maru manages to catch the ball. Yeah, this should be a goal, surely. Okay, but Joker maybe might have been able to super that in. I don't really know. He had a bit too much faith in his teammates. Here comes the counter attack from Totem though. He is in such a good position down his right pocket. All members from SK, here we go. Sandy super as well. Gale hypercharge. I can't see a way that Totem don't score this, to be honest. Joker with his super just manages to catch it in time. Lenane manages to pop off in time as well. Just Trevor remaining. Lenane manages to pop his gadget to stay alive, misses a super. Trevor manages to clean things up. Joker's doing a good job of keeping the ball away, but here comes the Sandy hypercharge. It's looking very, very bad for SK. They managed to get the ball away into a little bit of a better position, but Chaos is still popping off. Again, I don't know how Totem just don't score here. The Sandy gadget as well. Guille goes in, and that's going to be Totem equaling things up. Some really good play there. Took him a bit too long to score, but they eventually got there, and we're going to set number 3. All right, guys, jumping into the third and final set then. So we have another Brawl Ball set on our hands, which I actually enjoy playing the most. 5 versus 5 Brawl Ball. I know I saw Semantic put out a tweet saying 5 versus 5 Brawl Ball is worse, but it is way better than watching that knockout set. So much better. I have not really got a chance to watch the gem grab. Maybe gem grab is pretty good as well, but anything but knockout in my eyes. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of the compositions that have changed, both teams have got Bell, and then Fang is the difference here instead of, what is it, Max maybe? I'm trying to think. So they have Max on Totem. They got a Gale as well. Both teams got Mo as well, so I'm guessing that, yeah, the SK surely don't have the Max then. Pretty interesting. But now SK got a lot of pressure. Chaos just gadgets to the ball to get it away from danger. I don't even know what's going on right now. There's just so much Kenji flying around in my mind. I don't know what about you guys. Maybe I'll get eventually used to it, but whenever there's a Kenji, I've really struggled to keep up with things because he's just like super in the air. He's going back to a different position. He's slashing, he's dashing, he's pressing gadgets. There's just bubbles and all sorts going on with him. But SK might be able to get a bit of a runaway here. Lenane, oh, that combination was just beautiful. It looks so subtle, but just the way he did that. Okay, here comes the hypercharge super. Lenane's going to go in here, cycle through to another super. Kenji's going to be so good in 5 versus 5 because you can just cycle supers time and time again without even like worrying about anything. That's why normally Mortis is really good here. I mean, I think Mortis is really good on ladder because of the hypercharge, but maybe against pros he might struggle, especially against a Mo and a Gale. So SK going to be able to get the ball here, passing it over to Ope. Ope is going to super in. He could have maybe popped his hypercharge there, but I guess if he just waits till overtime, he's going to get a lot of value out of his hypercharge super. So Totem really need to do things faster. It just seems like SK have had control pretty much the entire game. Don't know whether it's composition or we're just getting deleted. Joker's manages to get an easy kill right there. I mean, SK again just got so much pressure. Maru tries to go in here. Does actually manage to get a little bit of pressure here. Manages to get 1 kill. Maru needs to use his hypercharge super ASAP. Completely gets no value out of it, which is going to be disastrous because now Joker has his hypercharge scale super, which is insane in 5 versus 5. Also, you've got Ope trying to manage to get his. He does finally get it. He's going to go for Guille though. That was a bit of a misplay. Does manage to get Guille down anyways. And then that's another kill now. 5 versus 3 situation. Lenane just waiting for the opponents to waste all ammo on him. He's going to pass it across. Yoshi with a really well-timed super gets the kill on Tamaru. They're still passing the ball around. Lenane's still doing his thing. And that was a really wonky shot. I thought he missed that, but he managed to score anyway. That was just Lenane different at the end. And now SK just 1 game away from winning the whole thing. Right, so going into match point here still. So I'm not too sure whether I'm going to show the draws. I probably won't because they didn't really obviously materialize or anything because they were draws. But there's been 2 draws. So yeah, it's been a very intense one. But SK still on match point right here. And okay, Totem just go for the goal straight away. I'm going to say the thing that they struggled with Totem was keeping ball control. They had so many opportunities to score and just like squandered them. A little bit unfortunate. So now SK going to go in. Ope gets the kill already. Gear's going to go in. So just a lot more fast pace now. Let's see whether they can keep the ball, but I don't know. Lane passes it off to Ope. Ope's in a great... Oh, Moru manages to save that. And that's also another reason why Kenji is so good in Brawl, because he's got the mobility to save goals like that. But now SK definitely sense blood. They need to keep the aggro and position in their way. But Totem doing a really good job this time. We have the breakaway. Gear's going to go in on Joker. Waste one of the gadgets. Beautiful. Moru's in a great position. Ball right hand side. It's going to be difficult for SK to deal with. Trevor gets the kill onto the bell. Moru's going to have a super to kill the Yoshi. There's a lot going down. Totem in a really good space to try and score here. Again, just a little bit... I don't know what the word is. We just need a bit of composure or something just to get the ball over the line. Because now SK have the ball, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to get it out of their hands. But SK, it is down to them to try and make a play here. They are 1-0 down, so they need to try and get out their spawn as quickly as possible. But Ope does have his hypercharge. They're going to use Yoshi to try and get a kill. Chaos, really good gadget to get away there. I think, does he manage to survive that? Yeah, he does manage to survive that. But now, SK on the breakaway. Ope with his super, going to pass it over to Yoshi. Maybe they can make a goal happen here. Ope is gonna try and go in, but somehow it still goes in anyways. And now we have a tie game. Please, can it not be another draw? Please, somebody ice up here. I swear this can't be another draw. You're killing me right now. Maybe this is why Smanzik hates Brawl 5v5, because it's so difficult to actually get the winning goal. Okay, Maru manages to get the ball over the left hand side. He just have a super to hand, and he does manage to find the net. So finally Totem can score this, and this is going all the way. So now moving on to match point. We had another draw, so that's 3 draws in total, which of course I'm going to have to cut out. Most of these draws else will just be too long and too boring. So yeah, I mean, these teams are just neck and neck. None of them want to lose. None of them want to win, apparently. 3 draws is crazy. I haven't seen 3 draws in a very long time. Guille goes absolutely crazy right here. Nearly manages to get 2 kills. Both of them are pretty weak, though. Maru might be able to make a play happen here. Probably needed to go in a little bit sooner, but I guess, like, the thing is with Kenji, like, you think you're gonna be able to get the kill, but because of the healing in his kit, okay, he's going crazy right now. He's going absolutely crazy. Pass the ball over. No, the squandered opportunity, but surely Guille has to score here. Surely they're gonna walk this in, and Totem and Trevor gets the goal. Finally, some good action here from Totem. I think it's actually really cool to see Guille and Trevor on the same team again. That to me just enlightens something in me, because I faced to go off against these guys for years and years, and it's just really cool on Clash and all the other teams. So Yoshi's going to pass this over. It doesn't even matter about sentimental value, because SK just gonna slap me in the face, and they're going to score as well. So 1-1 here. Lenin's going to get the ball over. Ope with Miss Fang super. That is 2 members down from SK already. So if Totem could get the ball in a better position, this could be pretty deadly. Chaos gets the ball. He's going to try and keep it near the Mo, I believe. Again, Lambo's such a good offensive and defensive brawler because of a knockback and the super. Gear's just going to go in here. There's nothing that Kenji can really do with that knockback and the damage that Mo can provide. Especially when I was pushing Kenji myself. The only brawler I struggled with was Mo, because you think that, like, going straight into Mo's only going to deal a little bit of damage, and then half your HP's gone, and then the super, and then you're dead, literally before you can even react. But Lane here with the super goes for the trick shot. Imagine if he managed to get that. I think he didn't really mean the trick shot. I think he saw the gap, just couldn't quite get it in time. That would have been such a clutch goal to score on the final goal. So this is really intense. Nobody wants to lose this. How did Mo manage to get a kill here? There's 2 members down from SK, I believe. Is this 2? I don't even know what's going on. It has passed over to Maru. Maru's going to be able to get the goal. And finally, we have a winner. Finally. And Guille on the camera. Guille, we absolutely love you. A return to competitive. Maybe he needs to return next year. Question mark. I mean, I would love that, because Guille is definitely one of the best players of all time. You couldn't write this. Absolutely insane. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this 5 versus 5 fun. I mean, I had quite fun watching it. I don't know whether competitively I'd actually enjoy it, though. I just don't think it's really, like, enough for the competitive driving me, you know what I mean? Like, I like to see something a bit more competitive, but that was really fun to watch. That's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.